Today I shall talk about fossil fuels. First and foremost, we must know what are fuel. Fuel is any substance. It is a substance which when burnt produces heat energy. So energy is given out. And when you burn any substance and if energy is given out, then that substance we call as fuel. Examples of fuel that we have been using for a long time is wood, LPG, then we can use paper, we can use dry leaves. All these are fuel and many more. But the common fuel that have been used are fossil fuels. So today I am going to talk about fossil fuels. Example of fossil fuels are coal, petroleum and natural gas. We have all heard about CNG. It is compressed natural gas. LPG is liquefied petroleum gas. This is used as domestic fuel, whereas this is used in automobiles. And petroleum is a mixture of many hydrocarbons, and when they are fractionally distilled, we get all these hydrocarbons like diesel, petrol, jet engine fuel and so on. And in fact CNG is also obtained from fractional distillation of petroleum. The difference between coal and petroleum is coal is plant in origin, whereas petroleum is animal in origin. Now, how are these fossil fuels formed? Basically, they are fossils. Fossils are nothing but preserved traces of organisms. So, in case of coal, the plants have got buried under the earth's surface. So, large plantations in an area. So, this is the plant, these are plants in a very large area have got submerged. They have got submerged under the ground. They have gone underground. Maybe for some reason, natural calamity like an earthquake has taken all this underground. And they have got buried underground away from oxygen. Away from oxygen. That means over a period of time, they have got trapped inside the earth and there was no oxygen at all, so they did not decompose. Instead, they got preserved. Now, as they got buried under the earth, then there were sediments that accumulated over them and that built up lot of pressure on them. So the pressure squeezed them and that removed some of the volatile matter that they are made up of and preserved them. Also, there was tremendous amount of heat underground, so that heat allowed them to get transformed into fossils. This is a very slow process. It takes millions of years. So over millions of years, these fossils have been formed. They are not easily formed. So they have taken a very long time. Now what we have done is we have mined them from the earth. So we have dug the earth and these fossils we have removed out. So coal has been removed from the earth. Petroleum has been removed from the sea or ocean. And that fossil is then burnt to produce heat energy. Therefore, these fossils are called as fossil fuels. And it is these fossil fuels that are used on a very large scale because they have to supply energy for the industrial revolution, for the technological improvement that we have created. So we use electrical gadgets every day. We use all the gadgets to help us do work easily. All that runs on electricity. And if electricity has to be produced, then fossil fuels have to be burnt. Then only we will get electricity, and that is what is called as thermal power. So in thermal power plants, fossils are burnt, the energy is used to produce electricity. Also, they are major source of our automobile fuel. So in automobiles we use diesel, we use petrol. Now we are using CNG because on burning fossil fuels will produce pollution. They will produce oxides of carbon, nitrogen, sulfur. Now from where this carbon, nitrogen, sulfur has come in these fossil fuels? It's because fossils are made of plants or animals, as I said, and these bodies of plants and animals are made of carbon, they contain nitrogen, they contain sulfur, they contain hydrogen. All these elements are there in living organisms. So when they got buried under the earth, in fact it is like the skeletons getting preserved. So all these elements are present in these fossils, and when carbon is burnt in abundant supply of oxygen, it produces carbon dioxide. The nitrogen that is present in the fossil fuel produce nitrogen dioxide, and sulfur produce sulfur dioxide. Now we know that carbon, nitrogen and sulfur are all non-metals. So these oxides of non-metals are all acidic oxides. That means they will produce acids when they are dissolved in water. So we come to the limitation of fossil fuels. Fossil fuels are very useful to us because they produce a lot of energy and they have been supplying the energy to us for so many years since the Industrial Revolution. But now what is happening is they are causing problems. The main problem that they are causing is pollution. When we burn coal, it produces a lot of smoke. So that causes air pollution. When we burn coal or petroleum in automobiles, then it is producing these acidic oxides, and these acidic oxides are in turn producing acid rain. That means these oxides are dissolving in rainwater, and this rainwater is coming down as acid. So you will get nitric acid, sulfurous acid, sulfuric acid, all that because these oxides are water soluble, and then what it rains is acid, and that is called as acid rain. So it is going to create a lot of problems by forming acid rain. So when fossil fuels are burnt, they will produce acidic oxides, which in turn produce acid rain. Now we already know that acid rain is going to harm the environment because when it flows into water bodies, the aquatic life will get disturbed because the water there will become acidic, and the life that is in water, aquatic life, marine life, cannot live in acidic situations. So they will die, and in turn our environment, our ecosystem will get affected. So burning of fossil fuels is causing problems. Another problem is we are using it at a very fast rate as compared to the rate that it is produced. These fossil fuels are taking millions of years to form, but we are using it at a very fast rate. So the rate of consumption and the rate of production are not matching. As a result, what will happen is if we are going to consume them very fast, then one fine day they will be over. And if they are over, then all the progress that we have done till today will come to a standstill. So we need to think about how we got to use these fossil fuels, how we have to preserve them for the coming generation, how we have to conserve them, how we need to judiciously use them. Use them, of course, we have to use them because there is no other alternative. They are supplying the major amount of energy. So the problem is how to use them yet conserve them. So we got to use them in a very intelligent way because they are going to cause pollution, they are causing acid rain, they are taking long to form, and we could come to an energy crisis where we could have no fossil fuels. So we are shifting to non-conventional sources of energy, like solar energy has to be harnessed. We have got to harness wind energy and many other forms of energy so as to preserve these fossil fuels for the next generation. If you look very carefully, here you will see that burning of fossil fuels is going to produce carbon dioxide. Now carbon dioxide is a greenhouse gas, and that in turn will cause global warming. Now what is greenhouse effect is to be understood. What happens is when sun's rays enter into the Earth's atmosphere, then some of the rays will bounce back and they will get radiated out, or they will get reflected out. Some of them will enter into the Earth's atmosphere, and there the infrared rays will cause heating effect. Now heating effect was necessary because of survival. Appropriate amount of heat had to be trapped here so that we could live a comfortable life. In some planets it is too cold for life to take place. So heating effect was required so as to sustain life. And the gases that would trap the heat that was produced here, not allowed to go, was carbon dioxide, there is methane, there is water vapor. These are gases that will not allow this heat that is formed inside the Earth's atmosphere to go out. And that is what is called as greenhouse effect. So the heat is trapped inside the Earth's atmosphere, not allowed to go out. Now what has happened is we are using these fossil fuels on a large scale. We are using so many automobiles. Automobile exhausts are throwing out carbon dioxide, which is a product of combustion of fossil fuel. So the amount of this carbon dioxide has increased. And this increase in carbon dioxide has in turn increased the heat that is getting trapped inside the Earth, and that is what is called as global warming. Now global warming again is a product of burning of fossil fuels. If this continues, then the glaciers will melt faster. And if they melt faster, then low-lying areas will get flooded. That in turn will cause a lot of environmental problems. So that was about fossil fuels and their limitation and why we need to use them in a very intelligent way, judiciously, so that it is available for the future generation and we can preserve them also. So with that we come to the end on topic on fossil fuels.